It's the Browns and the Texans, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene from a few moments ago, this crowd enthusiastically cheering on their Texans as they emerge from the locker room. And we're just about ready for football as the Texans get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Two teams here, each off to 1-0 starts as this one is underway on EA Sports. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. To throw, it's Rodgers. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 22. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. And they'll run it. This is James Robinson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, there's nothing but room to run.
It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. On the run, it's Robinson. And he has the 1st down before he's tackled at the 5. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
Check in on the numbers last week for Robinson. 23 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown.
So coming off the opener where they established the run and established it well, their goal is to make sure that the trend continues and to serve notice to the rest of the league that they might be a run-first team.
Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Robinson, his 2nd touchdown on the season, and the Texans have taken the early lead. The extra point up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Browns drive about to get started. Not the start that they were hoping for. The interception on the first play of the game. It leads to 6 points the other way. How do you rebound from here?
Yeah, a little bit of humor. Got to laugh that one off, and not the ha-ha, that was very funny, but kind of like, can you believe that just happened? Let's go out and play now. Let's just start over.
There are the numbers for Cook from a week ago. 16 carries, 86 yards.
That's a good start to the season. They got the win, and they were able to establish a good running game. Nothing that just blew people away, but a nice solid base to get things started, and they expect that to get tuned up and get better as the season moves on.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Well, this defense for the Texans, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense? on the spot on almost every snap. If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield.
I know the game's changed. A lot of people would say it's evolved. Look, I'm a little bit Neanderthal, okay? I love this. No exotic formations, no misdirection. Just line up and run the darn ball, pick up the first down. I love it.
Yeah, 3rd and short. That's what you're supposed to do, like you said. And this is caught for a Browns touchdown by Landry. Even later into his career now, there aren't too many guys that can launch it downfield with accuracy better than Aaron Rodgers. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. Wiggles free. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complimentary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and he hoped to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
Throwing deep for Galladay. And this one is incomplete. So, Charles, you talk about this head coach and his future with this franchise. Look, it's been a frustrating year, and I think we saw some of that frustration boil over at his weekly press conference earlier in the week.
Yeah, he's trying to say all the right things, isn't he? But he's heard the rumors. He knows what's going on out there. And right now, he is tired of having to answer the question, are you on the hot seat in every meeting with reporters? This week, he kind of said, I've had enough. And I don't blame him. He looks like a guy that may very well be out the door.
On first down, Robinson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Touchdown, Houston. James Robinson, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Texans have taken the lead. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Browns set and ready to go on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. Throwing now is Rodgers. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you had. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. He'll have a first down. Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A big connection on that one. 30 yards.
Well, that's something that this defense is not going to be able to allow if they're going to have success here. They've got to be able to wrap up and get guys on the ground. They end up letting him get away, and it turns into a big play here early on. I can just see veteran observers of the game shaking their heads and talking about the dearth of tackling in the game today.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. Under a minute to go. Clock running at a back-and-forth first quarter of play. From the 40 now on second down. Rodgers to the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 28. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 750.
Yeah, you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Cook. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. Now Rodgers. Flush to his right. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the team, and the guy that leads.
Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. Bad place to fumble down here in the red zone. At least they got it. They'll have another shot. Or no, they won't have another shot. It's going to be fourth down. Maybe they can at least salvage 3.
And they were thinking 6 points because at this position of the field, it's go time, right? You take your shots at the end zone. They weren't able to do that one. So you look over at the sideline. There's the head coach saying, heck, kick it. Field goal time.
So the margin shrinks there as they get the field goal to draw them a bit closer here in this second quarter.
Yeah, nice snap, nice hold. They just want to keep this game close, so give them credit for finishing that one off with 3.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice.
They'll run on first down. It's Robinson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs. Keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play. I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that would look like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the second level because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the second level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. Now it's Burrow. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Here's Burrow. And that is incomplete. The Browns D locked in on third down. Brings up fourth.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs. Able to knock that one away on third down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected fourth down here.
Burrow going for it on fourth. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on fourth. And this Browns defense stands tall. The Browns drive about to get started. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Javon Kinlaw able to take him down. It's a loss of 3.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle. And frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never bought the play-action fade.
Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he's taken down at the 50 after a short gain of 2. A reminder coming up at halftime. We'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. That's to Dalvin Cook, his running back. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Rodgers now on first down. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And again, it's Rodgers. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
He certainly had a good game throwing the ball so far, but I think he was trying to take that from good to great with that throw, trying to get one downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. And this is Ertz with it, right side. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Trying to keep the drive going here. This is play number 7 on 3rd and 2. Working from the gun. Rodgers. Finding Ertz again. Touchdown, Browns. Zach Ertz. His second touchdown on the season. And once again, the Browns are back in front. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and that will make this a 4-point game. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays, and it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Texans with the football here late in this first half. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Play action. It's Burrow. And he's got his tight end. It's Mike Gesicki. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. One play has them to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Burrow on play action. Oh, he's trying for Smith-Schuster, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. And the Browns are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. So after the INT, it's Rodgers. And he's got the hook up to Landry. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the 1st half. They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Now Rodgers. Got an open man. It's QT. A final shot before half for Rodgers. Now look out. Rodgers lost the football.
It's over.
So we come upon halftime, an abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling to quarter 3. All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Joe Burrow trots out again with the rest of his offense. And he's had some time to chew on that interception he threw on his last drive back in the 1st half.
Well, normally we say, want to get him right back out on the field and play again, right? But as you mentioned, had the halftime, had to stew about it a little bit. Maybe he'll have a chance to relax a little and kind of laugh and chuckle and let it go.
He'll hope to respond positively here to start the 3rd quarter.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. You know, if following up on this head coach and the pressure that he is under, CD, I want to switch it to you because you've been on winning teams, but I know you've been in similar situations too where things just are not going well. How do you approach that as a player?
It's a tough approach, Brandon, because you actually have to do the opposite of what you would think. You know, in your mind, you're thinking, I redouble my efforts, I go harder. In a sense, you have to back off a little bit. You have to do a little bit less. Do what you're supposed to do, but don't take on the pressures of doing more and trying to do your teammates' jobs as well. If you do that, that's really going to lead you to more issues.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. The Burrow's throw here taken in by Gesicki. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
120 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
On 2nd down, it's Robinson, and he'll be taken down at the 34. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, Burrow. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fourth and goal, and down by a touchdown. The offense stays on the field. 4th down. Here's Joe Burrow. Throw left side here, complete to the tight end, Gesicki. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Texans tried it, but they come up empty here on 4th. And this Browns defense stands tall. Throwing on 1st down is Rodgers. Open man is Samuel, complete. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
To throw again on 2nd down. Rodgers. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Throwing is Rodgers. And that's going to be incomplete.
You definitely would have liked to hit on that one, because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he comes back with one complete. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down.
And that big gain may just change the thought process here on 4th down. I think in the red zone, they might now consider going for it on 4th down.
Gonzalez's kick is good. And that'll make this a 7-point game. So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
Houston set to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back. Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
And for one of the few times here today, this one's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, second down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Here's Robinson again on second down.
And he's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The Texans on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster.
And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
On first down, Robinson. And he's going to take this one down to the 25.
134 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
And Burrow going to slide to the ground as he does pick up the first down.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try and run. This is Robinson. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
Robinson again.
And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. On 3rd down, Robinson.
And Robinson will not get there. Great defense at the point of attack and to stop him short of the 1st.
No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. Mike Gesicki, his first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back.
On 1st down, Rodgers. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And they work this well upfield across the 45.
I like what I'm seeing from them here. Tie game in the 4th quarter. They understand the situation. They don't need to be in any rush. Go ahead and huddle up and run your offense. That last completion put them in a nice position to take the lead in this game.
Now here's a throw. It's complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. So third down, but you got to think they'd like to get closer, even in a dome with good kicking conditions for a possible field goal. They run the counter with Cook. Always got some breathing room. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Dalvin Cook, 40 yards. And the Browns answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. So now the Texans down by 7. At time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Meanwhile, Burrow's throw here pulled in by Golladay. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A big play there on the catch and run.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
Burrow's throw there caught by Gallup. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
Pardon, you got to like what they're doing right there. Little by little, they're getting closer. Another good pickup.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens in bounds.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And I believe the referee's been buzzed. Yeah, they want to take another look at this call, and it's certainly a big one here. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the officials saw as this play will stand as is. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. 144 yards rushing for him now as his sensational afternoon continues. They run. Robinson. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They'll run here with Robinson. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
They'll try and run it in.
And he is in for the 2. I still can't believe they went for it, but they've got themselves a lead here late in the ball game.
Well, they had guts to go for that, and they got it. Now, if you're the defense, you feel some major pressure, don't you?
Well, they put it on you, haven't they? They've told you you are the unit they believe in. We'll find out now if they can make it hold up. But, boy, just going for it in that spot.
I know, right?
Amazing.
Let's go!
And now the attention, it turns to the Browns. Trailing by 1 after the 2-point conversion. 40 seconds to go. And they need about 35 yards to get in range for a winner as they come up on first down. To throw is Rodgers.
That's complete. It's Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Coming up on 2nd and 7.
Rodgers to throw.
He's got Landry, and he'll get him a first down up past the 40 as the clock ticks on.
Back to throw, Rodgers. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18.
Now Rodgers. He's got Watkins on the out route. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. Well, Charles, a pretty exhilarating finish to the end of this ball game. At the end, the Hail Mary